Ah, all right. Are we good? Hey, everybody. How you doing? We're getting back. Dragon Age today. Did a little bit, but nothing major. If you're just getting here, you didn't miss anything today. About a wyvern, but not a full-blown dragon. We've got lots to do, but what we're going to do, go to the western approach. The Grey Wardens. Here lies the abyss. The Grey Wardens are all hearing the calling. Believe they have little time before succumbing to their corruption. A number of panicked wardens are gathering in the western approach for reasons unknown. Meet Hawk, Warden Stroud, western approach.
I have detected a signal embedded in the static.
Uchia Fang. Not sure if I said that right, but welcome. Welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard the starship. You find them. Oh, the songs. They are the Dragon Age tavern songs, the Inquisition tavern songs. So if you go to the tavern in the game, you will hear them. Okay, before we head out. Sometimes the bard in the tavern here at Skyhold is bugged, and she won't actually sing. So let's see if she sings. You like hearing Edie? Edie's been with us from the beginning. I think, was that the foul sound I've always had? Very close to. I've had her from the beginning. Play for us. Not even holding an instrument.
Maker, have you left me here? Could be better. Temple, sacred ashes, tragic, arc upon our land. Skyfall, let darkness reign on thee.
Sure if they're still available for download, but for a while they were. The tavern songs were available.
Thank you.
BioWare made them available. That might have been temporary.
Thank you. What did I tell you?
Thanks.
Pop in and talk to Sarah real quick.
You've heard of she who stands behind the throne?
And perhaps cast the shadow across it.
Nobility don't fully understand the word. I'll keep an eye out. Thank you.
Songs are great.
Back, yeah? Always good.
Always good. Some point we'll get cookies. I mean that literally.
That time.
Snogging. Snogging Sarah. But no cookies yet. Nothing about cookies.
Pinky.
Inky. Can we talk about my pet name? It doesn't get better. She's calling us Inky. Inquisitor. Inky. You can give her shit for the pet name. And I'll do it if you want, but it doesn't get better.
I'll be back if I need you. You will, yeah.
You will. Snog request. Nice. This is on PC. On PC. See for this one, but I also play games on consoles. Just not this one. No. Sarah has a cozy room. She's probably got the coziest room. Probably the best one. All right. We are going to the western approach to meet with Hawk and Warden Stroud. Ow. Remember what level this quest is actually at, but if it's at our level, if it's 16 plus, we might not want to bring Sarah and Iron Bull. Well, I know we wanted Bull for the story. Pretty good job, I gotta say. He was doing a pretty good job. Do this, though. Can he really tank for the party? Bull has never been our sole tank. Cassandra can do it. I know Cassandra can do it. Blackwall would need to be geared. Can Bull pull it off? Pull it off. And Mage. Sarah. That one song was about Sarah? Yeah, I started the break with Sarah's Tavern song. Tell you what, let's bring Sarah back out when we can have her build up guard. When we can get her some guard building. So, go 2 tanks, 1 mage. Dorian for this. Let's bring Solus. Crafting in this game is pretty solid, and we want to make more things. Not that specific, but we need rare resources for what we want to make. No matter what we end up making, which suit, which weapons, with which materials, there are rare materials that we want to put in those things for certain bonuses. So until we have those, it almost doesn't matter. We might make some temporary gear or not. Isn't Alistair in this game? Briefly, yeah. Kind of like in Dragon Age 2. All cinematic appearance. I misremember and mix up a lot of things, though, so don't hold me to that. Coffee's giving me the hiccups. What's up with that? Never played 2. Did you avoid 2 because of reputation? Or how... Did you not play Origins or 2? Fade Touch Serpentstone. I was about to say the words. Every time we mine a resource, we have a chance of getting a Fade Touched version. And look, there was one. Perfect timing. Fade Touched are those special crafting materials that we can use. Put in a masterwork slot when we're making something. They have different properties. Chance to do this, chance to do that. And the ones we're focusing on right now, oh, there are better versions still of them. Fade Touched Ring Velvet is a tier 2 that does Hidden Blades. It's an attack you can get as a rogue. Skill you can have as an assassin. 10% chance to just trigger that for free with extra added hits. You basically hit something 7 times. Awesome. You get that as an auto proc on whatever you build that into. So if each character has that in combination with something we no longer have here, but Fade Touched Obsidian, one of the items that builds up guard. Guard is like extra health in the sense that it goes on top of your health bar, and until it's gone, your health won't go down. So it's like extra health, even though it's armor, it's guard. It's whatever you want to look at it as. Building up guard is usually something only warriors do. But if you can craft gear that builds up guard, then you can have everybody, warrior or not, do that thing that warriors do to be so defensible. Isn't this multiplayer? It has a multiplayer component, but it's different. It's separate from the main single-player campaign. So, you loved Origins, but you never had any interest in 2. Fair enough. I think 2's worth playing. Frustrating for me in a lot of ways, and still worth playing. Guess I've played it 3 times now. I've probably had my fill. I don't know if I'll want to play 2 again. Maybe one day.
I'm glad you made it, Inquisitor. I fear they've already started the ritual.
Blood magic, I'd wager. You can smell it. Or see the corpses. You take point. I'll guard your backs.
Wait! No.
Warden Commander Clarel's orders were clear.
This is wrong!
Remember your oath. In war, victory. In peace, vigilance. In death,
I'm sorry.
sacrifice. Good. Now bind it just as I showed you.
To talk about what's going on here and how messed up it is.
Inquisitor, what an unexpected pleasure. Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, at your service.
You are no warden.
But you are. The one Clarel let slip. And you found the Inquisitor and came to stop me. Shall we see how that goes?
Of all the things wardens should or shouldn't be doing, calling forth demons.
Wardens, this man is lying to you. He serves an ancient Tevinter Magister who wants to unleash a blight.
That's a very serious accusation. Let's see what the Wardens think. Wardens, hands up. Hands down.
Corypheus has taken their minds.
They did this to themselves. You see, the calling had the Wardens terrified. They looked everywhere for help.
Even Tevinter.
Yes, and since it was my master who put the calling into their little heads, we in the Venatori were prepared. I went to Clarel full of sympathy, and together we came up with a plan. Raise a demon army, march into the deep roads, and kill the old gods before they wake.
Oh.
Ah, I was wondering when the demon army would show up.
You knew about it, did you? Well then, here you are. Sadly for the Wardens, the binding ritual I taught their mages has a side effect. They are now my master's slaves. This was a test. Once the rest of the Wardens complete the ritual, the army will conquer Thedas.
So Corypheus influenced the Wardens and made them do this ritual.
Made them? No. Everything you see here, the blood sacrifices to bind the demons, the Wardens did it of their own free will. Fear is a very good motivator, and they were very afraid. You should have seen Clarel agonize over the decision. Burdens of command, I suppose.
Hey, Marisha. Kill the old gods.
Why would the Wardens try to kill the old gods?
A blight happens when dark spawn find an old god and corrupt it into an archdemon. If someone fought through the deep roads and killed the old gods before they could be corrupted, woof, no more blights, ever. The Wardens sacrificed their lives and saved the world.
That's madness. For all we know, killing the old gods could make things even worse.
Well then, it's a good thing I'm taking this demon army off their hands.
Wondering if we shouldn't have brought Blackwall just for dialogue potential, but I don't know what's there.
Why would Clarel risk
Don't know
using
what we're
demons?
missing.
Demons need no food, no rest, no healing. Once bound, they will never retreat, never question orders. They are the perfect army to fight through the deep roads. Or across Olay. Now they are bound to my master.
Do you really want to see the world fall to the Blight? What do you get out of this?
The Elder One commands the Blight. He is not commanded by it, like the mindless Darkspawn. The Blight is not unstoppable or uncontrollable. It is simply a tool.
He's a tool.
As for me, while the Elder One rules from the Golden City, we, the Venatori, will be his god kings here in the world.
As the lore goes, the archdemons are awoken by the Darkspawn. They crawl through grounds beneath surface. That from time to time they uncover an old god. It awakens as an archdemon. I was following chat a little bit more than the dialogue as happens sometimes. Let my wardens go.
You think you can stand against me with just demons and a Fade Rift? Did Corypheus not mention what I did to the Breach?
He did. He also noted what he did to you at Haven. The Elder One showed me how to deal with you in the event you were foolish enough to interfere again. That mark you bear, the anchor that lets you pass safely through the veil, you stole that from my master. He's been forced to seek other ways to access the Fade. When I bring him your head, his gratitude will be... Ah!
What say you?
Kill them!
Shades! Oh man, we are over leveled for this. If it's a level 11 quest, we're now over leveled for it. So let's stomp everything. Everybody, stomp everything. Shit! It kept me on the map. That was forgiving. Did we have a real invisible wall? I think there was an invisible wall that kept me on the map. Just about leapt out of here. Letter found on a Grey Warden mage. Ishen. I don't trust this ritual Clarel is talking about. Are you sure it's safe? Have you ever used blood magic? I don't care what the Chantry says. I doubt they'd approve of the joining, even if they knew everything about us. But my family fought Tevinter slavers near the border. This Eramon sounds like everything that's wrong with the Imperium. I'll be waiting for you when you get back. If you can look me in the eye and tell me that this ritual is safe, I won't speak of it again. If not, just come back safe. Please. Fair enough. D. Gray, you look kind of like that guy.
So,
Which one? Stroud?
that went well.
Or
You were correct.
the mage?
Through
The
their
evil
ritual, the
mage?
mages are slaves to Corypheus.
And the Warden warriors? Oh, of course. It's not real blood magic until someone gets sacrificed.
Real blood magic until someone gets sacrificed.
Human sacrifice, demon summoning. Who looks at this and thinks it's a good idea?
The fearful and the foolish.
The Wardens were wrong, Hawk. But they had their reasons.
All blood mages do. Everyone has a story they tell themselves to justify bad decisions. And it never matters. In the end, you are always alone with your actions.
I believe I know where the Wardens are, Your Worship. Erimond fled in that direction. There's an abandoned Warden fortress that way. Adamant.
I guess they didn't want to summon a demon army out in public.
The Warden and I will scout out Adamant and confirm that the other Wardens are there. We'll meet you back at Skyhold.
Evil dude with all the plans. Here. Bottle. Conscription wine. What do we have? Grey whiskey, right wine, conscription ale. Bottle marked vintage, Warden Valal. Valal. Griffin, wing, and... landmark while we're up here. Many Tevinter structures litter the wastelands of southwestern Orlais. In the age before the First Blight, the Imperium expanded through the south at an incredible rate. The lands farthest from Minrathous became home to great many sites dedicated to magical experimentation. Taking advantage of natural weaknesses in the Vale, as well as the distance from the Archon's oversight to try ever more dangerous fields of study. As with Eonar and Ferelden, the laboratories of Orlais were set up by the followers of Andraste during their uprising, and little remains of them now save crumbled stone. Gate Guardians. As I walked in the desert, I saw a great armored figure. Form blotted out the sky. At first I took it to be no more than met the eye, a simple spiked statue. But as I approached, the deceptive icon transformed into a warrior as graceful as it was massive. Bladed staff leveled at me with energy crackling from its tip. Though my position was hardly optimal, primal magic burned a few feet from my face. I kept my wits and asked this mighty golem to show me mercy. The armored figure spoke with a voice to make the sky quake and the stars scream. It sought magic to keep itself alive, it said, and the blood of the earth was the energy on which it survived. Having little knowledge of the dwarves and the lyrium they provided to our mages, I directed the golem to the mage Atronus, lived in nearby Paravantium, and it left without another word. That is the inspiration for the Gate Guardians I have designed, as fanciful a tale as it might seem. As for why I have asked that each Guardian cast from my designs be inset with a small lyrium rod, I must primarily state that it is mere fancy. Archon Ishal, gentle autocrat that he is, sees fit to ensure that my statues are known across the Empire. I hear that one shall stand in the western approach. I would treasure the small hope that someday I might see one walk again. Tale told by Apius Trius, famed sculptor whose creations all sparked the imagination of those who beheld them, artists of ancient Tevinter. Ooh, whoa. Girly Lion, have you seen the Dracolisk mount yet? Yeah, I actually have one equipped. I cannot call in here. They're beautiful. Go back to the war table. What's wrong with sleeping on the couch?
Message
You
for
start
you,
going to
Commander.
bed
Just came
before
in
you
over a
sleep on the
secure
couch.
channel.
Yes! We are woo! 9 months. Sub hype, resub hype. C-Star, good night. Good night. We are woo. Yes, man. Yes. Thank you, buddy, so much. Thank you for the amazing support. For so long, too. If you're out there lurking, thank you. Big time. Get some love for We Are Woo in chat. I'm not sure if he's there. He might be there. He might be there. Give him some love anyways. He's still at work. There you are. Just popping in for a bit before heading home from work. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense now.
Direct control.
Don't think you survived your day at work. At home now. Safe trip home to you. Back. We'll be here again. Time. We have two Dracolisks. Fairly Lion. We've got a beautiful gray and white one. Got this other one that I think there's quite a few colors on it. There was some reason I checked it out and then switched back.
Would you have guessed such a pairing?
No, I prefer a... This is much...
I tracked that Venatori mage back to Adamant Fortress.
Oh,
They're looking at assault options now in the war room.
Thanks for coming.
You did well, Varric. The Inquisitor is just who we need.
Doc. It's been great. Murderous wardens, archdemon attacks, plenty of blood mages and crazy Templars. Just like home.
I know how much you hated leaving Kirkwall.
This is the ass end of Thetis. You know they eat snails here? Still, I think I...
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Out. If it weren't for me and Bartrand, none of this would have happened.
KG, thank you.
Much for changing our lives.
And that's what happens when you try to change things. Things change. You can't always control how.
Thank you for upgrading your sub. I think Game Wisp might get a little confused about the months after this. But don't worry, we won't be confused here. Thank you for all the awesome support already. And for upgrading this sub. In fact, let me mark that too before tell the bot what's up. KG. Scrolling through the list of everyone who has ever come through the channel is a crazy thing. Here lies the abyss. Adamant Fortress has withstood countless darkspawn attacks without falling.
This morning.
I'll wait. You guys done? Okay. The Grey Wardens defending its walls are legendary. Prevent Warden Commander Clarel from raising an army of demons. Inquisition forces will need siege engines powerful enough to breach Adamant's defenses. Recommended levels 12 to 15. Right place for it. Let's do it.
Adamant Fortress has stood against the Darkspawn since the time of the Second
And they hate
Night.
leap years.
Fortunately for us, that
Difficult
means it was
things.
built before the age of modern siege equipment. A good trebuchet will do major damage to those ancient walls. And thanks to our Lady Ambassador...
Lady Cyril of Jadar was pleased to lend the Inquisition her sappers. They've already delivered the trebuchets. That is the good news.
Okay, two things. So, Curly Lion, you should bring the egg to Here Lies the Abyss and KG says, I would do Adamant first before you judge the mayor. I was getting ready to do it now, so that part works. The egg, help me out. I don't know if I know that, don't know that, forgot that. Egg. Oh. Okay.
None of that accounts for the Wardens summoning a giant demon army.
That is the bad news.
The Inquisition forces can breach the gate, but if the Wardens already have their demons...
I found records of Adamant's construction. There are choke points we can use to limit the field of battle.
That's good. We may not be able to defeat them outright. But if we cut off reinforcements, we can carve you a path to Warden Commander Clarel.
So our plan is to lay siege to a legendary fortress filled with demons.
It'll be hard fought, no way around it. But we'll get that gate open.
It's also possible that some Wardens may be sympathetic to our cause. The warriors may be willing to listen to reason, though I doubt they will turn against Clarel directly. The mages, however, are slaves to Corypheus. They will fight to the death.
We've built the siege engines and readied our forces, Inquisitor. Give the word, and we march on Adamant.
I know that Sarah's pretty good in the Fade. Remember a bit of that. Not sure I brought Bull or Cole ever. But are we leveled enough that we could choose the party based on dialogue and not combat? I'm not sure we are. Beard that is evil has returned as the beard that is evil. Iago, hello. Hi, Entropic J. Hi, chat. Solus, Bull, and Cole. Well, Solus is definitely coming. Yeah, Solus is definitely coming. I'm fine with that. And I was thinking we'd also maybe bring Dorian, but if we didn't... Bull and Cole, we could bring Solus, Bull... Cassandra? Solus, Bull, and Dorian? I know no one's suggesting Dorian here. But we also don't have everyone geared up. Not everyone's geared up, like Blackwall. We brought Blackwall, who wouldn't have good gear for this. Haven't brought him out in a while. He's way behind. But Bull's equipped, Solus is equipped. Cole is not equipped at all. We have no good gear for Cole. So even if his dialogue's excellent, something else. Let's bring Solus, Dorian, and Bull. Make it happen. Gotta save before it anyways. If we ever use those. Alright, Sarah, you're gonna have to sit this one out. Good. Treasure maps. Use visual landmarks to guide you. Dorian's good. Easy on the eye. Well, that escalated quickly. Warfare. Hey, Arizona. Ferelden! Or Temeria! Stand in the middle. With two mages, that's almost pointless trying to get them to move. They're just going to move back. I could get them to hold position, but the mages are going to full aggro. I don't think Bull's going to hold it all the time.
Pull back! They're through!
All right, Inquisitor. You have your way in. Best make use of it. We'll keep the main host of demons occupied for as long as we can.
That's a worrying lack of specificity there, Commander.
There are more of them than I was hoping, Inquisitor.
You don't say.
Warden Stroud will guard your back. Hawk is with our soldiers on the battlements. She's assisting them until you arrive. There's too much resistance on the walls. Our men on the ladders can't get a foothold. If you can clear out the enemies on the battlements, we'll cover your advance.
Find a way to the battlements. So they're a mix of 11s and 15s. Mix of 11s and 15s. So we're not as out-leveled. I mean, we haven't out-leveled the mission quite as much as I thought maybe. If everything was 11, we would walk through it. It's a mix of 15s. We have some bigger fights. Well, saw Fate touched. I was moving quick, but I saw Fate touched. It's the hair, it's the voice. Got some Cullen fans. Inscription on a trebuchet stone. Flowing formal script, all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one. An addendum underneath it, painted quickly and sloppily. Stick this in your taint, Blighty. Come on, where'd he go? Never mind, I was attacking Dorian and Solus. "30 feet away, mages all look the same."
Keep your distance!
Wait, come on, conversation.
We are not enemies. Why should I trust you,
I didn't
Stroud?
even get into the conversation.
Clarel called for your death.
The Inquisition is here to stop Clarel, not to kill Wardens. If you fall back, you won't be harmed.
All right. My men will stay back. We want no part of this. Deal with Clarel as you must.
Well said. I had hoped some of the Wardens would listen to me.
Buy cash, we don't need it yet. Everybody's healthy. go. Shiny! Greatsword schematic. Sure, that was worth abandoning the party. Honor Guard sword, great sword. You're wondering whether this is the best time to stop and loot? It's always the best time to stop and loot. Looked like that guy ran from us and then got nailed.
Warden's back from the ladder.
Cuts. Got 1,000 cuts. I think that's Sarah's. Is that a Tempest focus move? Fate touched. Oh, we're getting more. We got 2 pieces. Might have gotten 2 pieces of Fate touched velvet. That's what we're looking for. Smoldering core. We actually need to go this way. Didn't even need him. Yeah, don't just walk up and click on everything. Button. Superior Battle Mage cowl. My new hat? Solus needs a hat. He looks like he's cold. Not even sure he has one. Better. Still haven't used any potions.
Blood mages. It's always blood
We could have done this a few levels ago. Always blood mages! I just went behind a box. Unhelpful. Unsigned letter, because it's the right time to stop and read a letter. Do the mages seem different to you? Ever since they began summoning these demons, they don't talk to the rest of us. Have you been picked for one of the secret assignments yet? I can't imagine what they need us for if the mages can summon demons. The Jenner and Kemet disappeared last week right after the rituals started, and nobody knows where they've gone. Stay ready. I'm not sure it's safe to talk anymore.
work. Stay with my forces and see that they survive this.
I'll keep the demons off them as best I can.
Come up from here? Pretty almost down here. We do need to go down there for something.
Push the wardens back from the left.
Got some bees for you. What's the pride? Oh, the pride demon is actually panicking from bees. Who feels sorry for him? The bees got the better of a pride demon.
We must hurry. Our forces cannot stand against the demons for long.
I did it again. We still haven't used any potions, although that time we could have. I used a supply cache without looking at what I was doing. That's 2 supply caches wasted now. Excellent. Everything according to plan. Was that an amulet of power for... Oh. No, it was an amulet of power for Blackwall. Blackwall gets that point. Superior Vanguard mail. Nice schematic. You call them fuzzy bums in Scotland? It's awesome. These fuzzy bums. Letter from Warden Commander Clarel, Magister Eramont. I am not an untutored apprentice. The Grey Warden mages who left the circle just after their harrowing might take your explanations at face value, but I was an enchanter before I joined the Grey Wardens. That the sacrifices, the death, are necessary to bind the demons, I grant you. You know more of such things than I, and I make no judgment upon it. But the manner of my mages since binding the demons is still unsettling. They answer my questions readily, but the words are spoken by rote. Several of the non-mages have complained that their comrades seem cold and unfeeling since the ritual. Some of that is natural, I grant you. One cannot kill a brother and come away unchanged. But if there is more to this, I will have it from you. The Inquisition presses us to action. Continue the rituals. If we must destroy them before we venture into the deep roads, so be it. But do not lie to me, Eramund. I stand against the Blight, and no man, no Inquisitor, and no Magister will get in my way. Clarel. Go ahead and get healed up. No. These regen potions are great now since they do area heals. If we need to heal up after a battle, one member of the team can use a regen potion and we all stand together and get the benefits. Is this right? There's loot. critical hidden blades, and I get a guaranteed crit from stealth. It looks like all the different hits of hidden blades used from stealth. Get a crit on every one. That's 7 crits. Thanks, another supply cache. Another supply cache. Okay, Dorian, potion up. So, we either use the supply cache or we come back for it, and we may not have an opportunity to come back for it. So do we use a supply cache to replenish a single potion? Can't justify it. It's Rollo from Vikings. You are not the first person to say that. Number 1. Basika number 1. I get that right. You have said I look like Rollo from Vikings. I have actually heard that. I have not seen Vikings though. I have looked up a picture of Rollo. Welcome.
Wardens! We are betrayed by the very world we have sworn to protect.
The Inquisition is inside, Clarel. We have no time to stand on ceremony.
These men and women are giving their lives, Magister. That might mean little in Tevinter, but for the Wardens, it is a sacred duty. It has been many long years, my friend.
Too many, Clarel. If my sword arm can no longer serve the Wardens...
Just so messed up.
...then my blood will have to do.
It will.
Clarel, no! Come on. The Wardens
Stop them!
have fallen so
we
far.
We must complete the ritual!
Nightmare only? Alright, that's not enough. Stop them, we must complete the ritual. Don't do this. Clarel, what the hell are you doing?
Clarel, if you complete that ritual, you're doing exactly what Ehrman wants.
What? Fighting the Blight? Keeping the world safe from Darkspawn? Who wouldn't want that? And yes, the ritual requires blood sacrifice. Hate me for that if you must, but do not hate the Wardens for doing their duty!
We make the sacrifices no one else will. Our warriors die proudly for a world that will never thank them.
And then your Tevinter ally binds the mages to Corypheus!
Corypheus? But he's dead.
But no!
These people will say anything to shake your confidence, Clarel.
I have detected a signal embedded in the static.
Asika number 1. Welcome aboard.
Bring it through.
Thank you for the follow. Clarel, come on.
Please. I've seen more than my share of blood magic. It is never worth the cost.
I trained half of you myself! Do not make me kill you to stop this madness!
Be ready with the ritual, Clarel. This demon is truly worthy of your strength.
Listen to me! I have no quarrel with the Wardens. I have spared those I could. I don't want to kill you, but you're being used. And some of you know it, don't you?
The mages who've done the ritual. They're not right. They were my friends, but now they're like puppets on a string.
You cannot let fear sway your mind, Warden Chernoff. He's not afraid. You are. You're afraid that you ordered all these brave men and women to die for nothing.
I honor your bravery, my brothers and sisters. But this is not the way. You have been tricked.
Clarel, we have come so far. You're the only one who can do this.
Perhaps we could test the truth of these charges to avoid more bloodshed.
Or perhaps I should bring in a more reliable ally. My master thought you might come here, Inquisitor. He sent me this to welcome you.
Today.
Laurel,
Help the Inquisitor!
Or a crit with a leaping shot after going into stealth. Puts you back in stealth for more. Not a crit. Crits with Hidden Blade. From stealth. Does knock that Pride Demon's armor right off. Sure, everybody's still on target. I left a couple little ads out for no good reason. No good reason at all. Proper rift? No, can't disrupt it. You guys want to not stand next to the Pride Demon? You know, squishy and all that. Stopped my mages from taking potions automatically. They were wasting potions. So many potions.
How do we get out of here?
The road went that way. Care to wager whether she enjoyed meeting her new god?
Say we're under attack. We don't seem to be under attack. Assassins with double knife. Double knife, double knife? What are we talking about? Is that the name of a skill on the assassin tree? I can't place it. What do you mean, a double-bladed dagger? AoE? AoE daggers? And I might still switch back to daggers at some point. Gone from bow to daggers, back to bow. Damn dragons! Clorella's really pissed.
You've destroyed the Grey Wardens.
Yeah, and you let him.
You did that to yourself, you stupid bitch. All I did was dangle a little power before your eyes, and you couldn't wait to get your hands bloody. You could have served a new god.
I will never serve the Blight.
Yeah, Steve, I should. Fox, you're right. More of the, we've got tools. Use the tools you've got. We can slow time down, reposition. Companion AI leaves a lot to be desired at times, especially on Nightmare. We're through the rabbit hole now.
Where are we?
We were falling. If this is the afterlife, the Chantry owes me an apology. This looks nothing like the Maker's bosom.
No. This is the Fade. The Inquisitor opened a rift. We came through. And survived. I never thought I would ever find myself here physically. Look. The Black City. Almost close enough to touch.
This is incredible.
What spirit commands this place? I have never seen anywhere like it.
It's not how I remember the Fade either.
The first time I entered the Fade, it looked like a lovely castle filled with gold and silks. I met a marvelous desire demon, as I recall. We chatted and ate grapes before he attempted to possess me. Perhaps the difference is that we are here physically. This is no one's dream.
The stories say you walked out of the Fade at Haven. Was it like this?
I don't know. I still can't remember what happened the last time I did this.
Well, whatever happened at Haven, we can't assume we're safe now. That huge demon was right on the other side of that rift Erimond was using, and there could be others.
This is shitty. I'll fight whatever you give me, boss. But nobody said nothing about getting dragged through the ass end of Demon Town.
In our world, the rift the demons came through was nearby, in the main hall. Can we escape the same way?
It beats waiting around for demons to find us, right? There. Let's go.
Are we gonna do all the DLC? Yes. Are we gonna do it all after the main story? Possibly not. We might do some in the middle. What do you think?
This is
Thoughts on
fascinating.
that?
It is not the area I would have chosen, of course. But to physically walk within the Fade.
Oh yeah, this must be a dream come true for your crazy ass.
Yes, literally.
Literally, dream come true.
I don't suppose you have any words of wisdom for this part of the Fade?
Why would I ever voluntarily come to this part of the Fade? The demon that controls this area is extremely powerful. Some variety of fear, I would guess. I suggest you remain wary of its manipulations, and prepare for what is certain to be a fascinating experience.
I think there's a fair amount of random loot around. See, supply cache we don't quite need yet. Might run around, do a little killing, come back, grab the supply cache. I'm sure there's some others. Probably a more direct path and do some more exploration here. So yeah, what do you think about when to do DLC? The ones we have more choice in. I have not played the DLC. I've only played the main game. When the game was new is when I played it. I played it a few times then. Later the DLC came out, but I had kind of burned out on it.
Might be something here.
Shadowed Viridian Crystal. Against Lightning Bolt Ring. Probably should have emptied out my inventory a little bit more before this. We're gonna end up having to drop some unimportant loot. So. Fears of the Dreamers. Find another fear. Present the item to the pilgrim. Find a way to escape the Fade. If you want to add location, do you put it in chat? Yes. Type location. Location and then a place, and whatever you put in there, it gets saved to a text file. I put it on the map afterwards. Although Lamia has offered to start putting things on the map as well, so we need to talk about that. Fears of the Dreamers, the Pilgrim. I came to the Temple of Sacred Ashes with the faithful, ready to help at the conclave. I prayed to the Maker for peace, but the mountain shook and fell and buried me. Alone in the darkness, my legs crushed, I cried in fear of a world with no Maker, fading in and out of dreams of monsters inside the black. Light my final hours. Let me go to the Maker without the terrors of darkness confounding me. Flee from the warrior to the spirits. The wolves were our allies. In the old days before Andraste, before the Maker, we knew this to be so. But man grew tired of the chase, the hunt, the truth of fang and steel and blood. Man put seeds in the ground, tended cattle and chickens, and built fences to keep the wolves away. Man bred hounds that would heel and sit and obey, and told himself that the hounds were just as good. Now the Darkspawn come again. They break our fences, kill our cattle and chickens, burn our crops. Our dogs cower with tails between their legs, or if they fight, they fall to the poison of the Darkspawn blood. We are dying. and I am shamed by my cowardice. The ways of man and hound are not enough. I come to you, spirits of the old forest, I who built fences, I who came with fire and steel to drive you away. I come to you because fear has made my arms weak. I ask you for unforgiving rage to make them strong again. Kill the hound in my heart, and grow strong from the meat on its bones. In its place, give me the wolf. Words caught in the bloody ripples of ancient water in the Fade, somehow remembered. We're not quite done here, are we? Lit the candle, we need to place the candle. Ears of the Dreamers. Magic +1. Alright, I'm not a mage, but it is the Inquisitor who will get the bonuses. There will be some permanent stat bonuses throughout the Fade. Inquisitor will get them. Hastily written note. Letter by a burning candle. Maker, give me strength. The Darkspawn came to Denerim. I wept so hard that I could not see, but still I fought for you. When demons poured from the sky where the Temple of Sacred Ashes used to stand, my hand shook so badly that I could not aim my bow, but still I fought for you. When Corypheus and his archdemon destroyed Haven and killed my friends, I screamed until I had no voice, but still I fought for you. They're sending me to attack Adamant. They say that the fortress is defended by an army of demons, and the odds are grim. We cannot win, but our distraction, our sacrifice, may give the important people the chance to do what is necessary. My stomach is knotted, and I see dead friends from old battles reaching out for me every time I close my eyes. I'm so afraid, Maker, but still, I will fight for you. Writer unknown. The lore in Inquisition is done really well. The little stories, larger stories, quite good. Need to escape the Fade. Which is the sidetrack and which is the main path? I want to sidetrack before we go on the main path. I'm not sure I know which is which. Faiths. It's like a broken Alluvian. Magic increased. Walking the Fade, frozen moments. I once studied the Fade as a scholar, dissecting it, as a child might a rat or a frog. I was young and craved the power conquering the Fade could bring. I tried in vain to chart its paths, and when that failed, I attempted to secure them. In my arrogance, I struggled against the Fade's very nature. How does one pin down a dream? How can one control a thought so that it might travel always the same course from conception to completion? Only when I let go of my desires and humbled myself was the Fade open to me. The spirits came and took it upon themselves to be my guides, my lanterns in the darkness. At their command, the paths grew still, and I could walk them again and again. I was shown vast oceans containing not water but memories drawn from the minds of dreamers, and drifted through frozen moments like paintings, perfect in each detail. As I explored this impossible realm, the spirits kept darker things at bay. I came to trust them, even love them. I saw my own love reflected in them. And though the Fade, one cannot seek to master it. The Fade is the master, the teacher. We are merely apprentices. Writings of Magister Callistus to Raven, known to some as Callistus the Fade-Touched.
By the Maker. Could that be?
I greet you, Warden. And you, Champion.
Divine Justinia.
Didn't quite say yes, did she?
What are you? A spirit? A demon? The real Divine couldn't have survived Haven.
Couldn't she? How much of Haven do you truly remember? You think my survival impossible, yet here you stand alive in the Fade yourselves. In truth, proving my existence either way would require time we do not have.
Really? How hard is it to answer one question? I'm a human, and you are?
I am here to help you. You
Again.
do not remember what happened
didn't quite
at the
say,
Temple
did
of
she?
Sacred Ashes, Inquisitor.
No, I don't.
The memories you have lost were taken by the demon that serves Corypheus. It is the nightmare you forget upon waking. It feeds off memories of fear and darkness, growing fat upon the terror. The false calling that terrified the Wardens into making such grave mistakes? Its work.
I would gladly avenge the insult this nightmare dealt my brethren.
You will have your chance, brave Warden. This place of darkness is its lair.
Corypheus seems to have a lot of demons at his disposal. How does he command so many?
I know not how he commands his army of demons. His power may come from the Blight itself, but the nightmare serves willingly. For Corypheus has brought much terror to this world. He was one of the Magisters who unleashed the first Blight upon the world, was he not? Every child's cry as the Archdemon circles. Every dwarf's whimper in the deep roads. The nightmare has fed well.
Can you help us get out of the Fade?
That is why I found you. When you entered the Fade at Heaven, the demon took a part of you. Before you do anything else, you must recover it. These are your memories, Inquisitor.
So now we're fighting for our memories. Literally. As we fight, we restore the pieces of ourselves that was taken. Hold to recover memory. I'm hoping I would land right up there.
Run while you can! Warn them!
Bring forth the sacrifice.
Why are you doing this? You, of all people! you doing this? You, of all people.
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone, help me! What's going on here?
So, your mark did not come from Andraste. It came from the orb Corypheus used in his ritual.
Corypheus intended to rip open the veil, use the anchor to enter the Fade, and throw open the doors of the Black City. Not for the old gods, but for himself. When you disrupted his plan, the orb bestowed the anchor upon you instead.
Was that everything you wanted me to see?
For the time being. You cannot escape the lair of the nightmare until you regain all that it took from you. You have recovered some of yourself, but now it knows you are here. You must make haste. I will prepare the way ahead.
Something troubles you, Hawk.
I wondered if you might be concerned about the Grey Wardens holding the Divine in that vision. Their actions led to her death.
I assumed he had taken their minds, as you have seen him do before. Come, we can argue after we escape this dark place.
Oh, I intend to. Do you believe it was really her?
A weird
The
little
Divine, I
freeze.
mean.
We have survived in the Fade physically. Perhaps she did as well. Or, if it is a spirit that identifies so strongly with Justinia that it believes it is her, how can we say it is not?
No demon would have been so helpful without asking something in return.
That's great and all, but the nightmare is the thing currently scaring the shit out of me.
It is a fear demon, as I suspected, likely drawing on terrors related to the Blight. Fear is a very old, very strong feeling. It predates love, pride, compassion, every emotion. Save perhaps desire. Be wary. The nightmare will do anything in its power to weaken our resolve.
After what it did to my Wardens, I pray we find some way to strike it down.
Everybody just sucked into the Fade. We're all very quiet right now. Letter written in a shaking hand. Son, by the time you read this, the Darkspawn poison will have claimed me. We gave all at Starkhaven, and we bought time for the Wardens to slay the Archdemon. When I smelled the corruption in my wound, I knew I would not live to see you again. Ferris will want men to search the battlefield. Sees Starkhaven is rising to greatness, and the weapons of 100 dead Grey Wardens lying unclaimed on the ground will help him conquer the free marches. Must refuse. Battlefield is soaked in poison, and no speech, no bullying, no taunts about cowardice can change that. Anything that roams the battlefield now will die. Stall him however you must. Watch for the crows. Those birds have the good sense to fear the Blight. When you see them gather, then you will know that the poison is gone, and it is safe to search the battlefield for trinkets. Satisfy Ferris. I will not be here to guide you, son, so you must learn from the crows. They watch patiently, and they let their fear keep them alive. Please, I beg you, watch the crows. Do the same. Zora.
We have a visitor. Some silly little girl comes to steal the fear I kindly lifted from her shoulders. You should have thanked me and left your fear where it lay, forgotten. You think that pain will make you stronger. What fool filled your mind with such drivel? The only one who grows stronger from your fears is me. But you are a guest here in my home, so by all means let me return what you have forgotten.
At least Iron Bull made it in there first. Remember I didn't hit that raid. Still alive.
Guess this nightmare wasn't such hot shit after all.
These are but minor servants of a nightmare.
Just let me have this moment to hope, all right?
Pretty solid. The Claws of Dumat. Master unveiled a new altar. It stands higher than a man, like a great statue, and great spikes jut out from its length. Hungry for blood. Master calls it the Claw of Dumat, and says that the altar will help bring Tevinter to glory. I praised it, as was expected, and Master smiled. Good to see him smile again. Been fearful of late, vexed by the loss of his followers. He has met with the other priests, and in secret, I have heard them discussing ways to return the people of Tevinter to the ways of the old gods. This is only just. He spoke to me later in the day and asked that I call him Corypheus, as it was the name he would take for himself after a ritual master. Now Corypheus told me that my people, the elves of old, were tied to the Fade. That in order to carry out the will of Dumat, he would need to call upon the magic that lives in our blood. Corypheus told me to gather all of the elven servants and bring them to the western hall of our home at midnight. That is the hall where the Claw of Dumat is now kept. There are shackles across the top of the great altar, and the pool's lined with runes beneath the claws. I've sent my wife and children away, but have not warned the others. A few I may save. If I tried to save us all, we would only be killed in some other way, and others would die in our place. Masters once laughed and joked. Master once laughed and joked. He could be stern, but he was not a cruel man. The weakening of the temples brought fear into his heart, and that fear has changed him. The cuts upon his arms are deeper and longer, where he used his blood magic more often. He speaks to his wife little. He listens only to the voices in his... It is almost midnight. The Claw of Dumat, great and spiked and merciless. All my mind can see. I must gather the others. My family is safe. Corypheus will take me, but not those I love. Words somehow preserved in blood at the statue's base. Really? Okay. I'll go around there if I can. Spider totem! Hey, Itchy. Ding, ding, ding. Ding! Flowers. Find another fear. Now we must place the flowers. Do. Bring the flanking. Water pouring off that contraption in the background. Fears of the Dreamers, the Freeholder. I watched the blight take my land. I had nowhere to go. I tended the fields as I had, even as my flock died and my family sickened. My body racked by pains and chills, I saw too late the poison that had crept into the land. In my fevered dreams, the sickness covered this whole world, and I wept in fear for the family I killed with foolish pride. Show me that this world survives. Show me that the poison does not take everything. It's the flowers. Permanent boost to Constitution. Yeah, Bull is loving this. Exactly. Bull is loving. Gotta have someone here for the straight talk. Another appears to be a broken mirror, broken alluvian, perhaps. Dexterity. Maybe just a mirror. This is the fade.
Be ready! I'm guessing those aren't friendly either!
Okay, thanks for shouting. That escalated. War! Look at how the spiders are named. Keep an eye. I'll try to target each of them that appears. Look at the names of the spiders that we encounter here. Which way is which? Go off down here. Go up here first. Another one of those, which is the side track and which is the main path. I'd like to go down the side paths first. Don't always know which is which. Enhanced throwing blades ring.
Anybody know what that is?
Well, Bull, it looks like a frozen corpse with a head of green flame. Green flame. Excerpt from a journal. They think they own us. They decide whether we live or die. They sit there smug in their armor, ready to cut off our heads for the slightest transgression, as though we don't strive every day to stay sane, to keep the demons away. They can't control us any longer. I won't go back to the circle, not ever. I thought about it last night, being back in the tower, their eyes on me, and all of it came back. All the years, head down, don't clench your fingers, be a good mage, be a quiet mage, and I realized I don't want to make peace with the Templars. I want them to burn. I want it so badly that the bed caught fire, and it wouldn't go out until Ivan iced it all over. It's still there inside me. I want them to feel the fear they made me feel. I want them to know what it's like. We're leaving for the Conclave in a few hours. If those bastards so much as blink the wrong way, I'll let them see what an apostate looks like. The journal of an unknown mage. Oh, hi. Nice one. And a rage demon bursts forth. You got me.
Perhaps I should be afraid, facing the most powerful members of the Inquisition. The Kunari will make a lovely host for one of my minions. Or maybe I will ride his body myself.
Bull. Together. Oh shit, I didn't even see. We still had a Wraith. We should have been working on the Wraith. Wraith could just be down already. Wraiths are very squishy. They do a lot of damage. They're very squishy. Very easy to kill. You don't neglect to kill them.
Greetings, Dorian. It is Dorian, isn't it? For a moment I mistook you for your father.
Rather uncalled for.
Whoa, whoa, Dorian, watch it. Freak out on me like that. Hey, Wildhead, what's going on? Been lurking on your Xbox. You having a good time? Hey, Justice, and I didn't see you coming in. What's going on, man? Come on, anyone else lurking out there? We're just about halfway through for the day, so maybe when we're done in the fade, take a second break. We've still got a lot to go today. We've got a lot to go. If you just got here, come on, just give me my stamina. And that wraith is dead.
Döth ma Herelan. Mabanal inasalin. Marsolas ina Martin.
Bonal Nadas.
Anyone care to translate? Anyone speak ancient Elven? Excerpt from a journal. I went to Tevinter when I was a child. I remember dragon statues everywhere, big ones. Shivered as I walked between them, afraid they were going to bite me or breathe fire. Parents hushed me and told me the Magisters liked the dragons as a sign of their power. Dragons are beasts, mindless, terrible. The archdemon that comes with each blight is an offense to the Maker. We know all these things, but the Magisters don't care. And it's the same with the mages. So much danger, so much power in hands not ready for it. The mages only wish to celebrate themselves. The Magisters are what the mages of Ferelden and Orlais want to be. Our rulers, holding us in terror so that we wonder if they will bite as we walk by them. I joined the Templars to keep such mages under control. I have killed many since the rebellion we all saw coming. Now the Divine wishes us to meet with them at the Conclave and give them a chance to make peace. I will go. I will smile. But if the dragon statue looks ready to bite, I will strike first. I am not a child, and I will not be afraid. Curly Lion, he said something about him being the wolf. Pride will destroy him.
Did you think you mattered?
Perfect. And enough for now,
Did you
because we don't
think
want to say
anything
too
you
much.
ever did
Perfect.
mattered? You couldn't even save your city. How could you expect to strike
Light,
down a
the
god?
harrowing, and
Mellow.
mages.
Going to die, just like your family and everyone you ever cared about.
Oh!
Well, that's going to grow tiresome quickly.
The names of the spiders.
Those were little fears. Tiny manifestations spawned from the nightmare itself.
And, of course, they look like giant spiders.
You saw spiders? Spiders would have been a massive improvement from what I saw.
Remember, we walk in the Fade. Demons of fear shape their appearance to unnerve each of us.
Well, now I feel better.
If anybody uses another potion, we could use one. Any party member, we could use one regen potion. We all stand together. If we all stand together, we can all benefit from that. And the way the party jumps around. Tell someone to go stand in the middle. People will try to follow the Inquisitor. They'll all reposition and sometimes get outside the bubble. This thing lasts forever. Very long time. Great heal. We didn't really need to do that. We haven't been healing much at all. And they were starting to... Somebody was eating potions. Quaffing potions. The Birth of Fear. An elegant script. You are too young to worry so, my child. Write your worries down here. All your fears are smaller once you have defined them. Listed in a child's shaky hand. What if Darkspawn come back? Father said one day he'll die. Darkspawn underground. Darkspawn under our house. Darkspawn coming up from the basement. The sun will die. Black bits on bread could be blight. Getting sick and dying from blight. Grey Warden's coming to make Father go back. Father dying fighting Darkspawn. Dark patch on Father's arm that he hides from Mother. Father says he hears music. From a letter lying near a cluster of spider eggs.
The nightmare is closer now. It knows you seek escape. With each moment, it grows stronger.
Still got 3 of the fears to find.
We only have a short time. Ask what you must.
You must know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
As must you. The answer lies in your memories, lost to the nightmare when you last walked the Fade.
Or you could just tell me.
Would you trust my words? Trust what you have seen.
So, all of this is just a dream? Part of the Fade?
It is not just a dream. The minds of mankind are made real here. Their hopes, their loves, and their fears. What changes their world also changes this one. And yours are footsteps that move mountains in both. Tread carefully, Inquisitor. This ground is more treacherous than you know.
What can you tell me about this mark on my hand?
You already know how the mark came to be upon your hand. As for what it is the needle that pulls the thread, as well as the key.
I don't understand.
It is the needle that passes through the veil, as little else can. You are the thread, and it is the key that locks or unlocks a door to the Fade. It lets you walk in the Fade physically, and survive. Without it, Corypheus must find another way to the Black City. It is part of you now, and cannot be removed without your death.
So, can you tell me what you are?
I told you. I am helping you.
Yes, but are you her, or some kind of Fade remnant of her? Or a spirit imitating her?
Our world is never that simple. What if the answer is none of those things? Or all of them? I am what the Maker made me. The question is, are you what the Maker made you, Inquisitor?
I was meant to become the Inquisitor.
But what is the Inquisitor? And how will she change the world? You believe in your purpose, and that is good. That is your power.
You still haven't answered my question. What are you?
I am what you see. All other answers rest in you.
I'd like to know more about the nightmare.
It is not simply fear. It is the terror you cannot remember, the horror your mind erases to protect you. When old memories no longer make the veteran soldier's hand tremble, it is because the nightmare has taken them. Most people avoid their fears. It is simple for the demon to steal the darkest fragments. They forget, and it feeds. Corypheus has helped it grow monstrous.
And when Hawk is around, the trainer and Siri voices bouncing around.
It makes people forget the worst parts of their fears. It almost sounds like the nightmare is helping people.
Perhaps it was once. But now, it helps none but Corypheus. By his hand, it creates more fear and grows even stronger. In any case, robbing people of their fears is never a kindness. At best, it is a mistake born of compassion. Without fear and pain and failure, we cannot learn. We cannot grow, as you cannot grow until you recover all that was taken from you.
Tell me why you're here. Why take part in this?
After heaven, I hid here. I watched quietly, learned what I could, and searched for some way to help. And then you came.
I don't know what that means.
Corypheus and the Nightmare do an injustice to the world. You must stop them. Perhaps you were meant to stop them. Perhaps that is why I am here.
We should keep moving.
Right then. Decide between breaking and continuing in the fade or wrapping all this up before the break. Do all of this before the break, but it is actually break time now. A good time. You take the break that's scheduled. The break's not really scheduled, but they're scheduled up here every 2 hours. Taking a break every 2 hours, so we take a little break and we'll continue in the fade. We're not done here yet. Fears of the Dreamers. Fade Part 1. Okay, we take a break. I'll see you all real soon. We'll continue. If anyone's taking off during the break, see you later and have a good one. But we're not done. We're halfway. We've got 4 more hours today. We're going to get through quite a bit. Wonder what we'll do with the rest of the stream. We'll have to decide. Going to a big ball? Maybe, maybe not. There's a lot to do. Take a look at the schedule also. We've got about 30 hours of this on the schedule this week. It'll take us in range of 100 hours for the playthrough, and that may not be enough to do everything we want to do. So we'll adjust as needed. Talk to you soon.